Hi, my name is Fiona Failla, and today we're going to talk about declutter our home, declutter our mind. This just came to me a few weekends ago because we actually were decluttering our garage. We didn't do all of it, we attempted a small part, but we did start, and we just felt so much better doing this. And I thought, this is something we need to talk about here as well. So, decluttering. How did we get to this point? When I went into the garage and saw what was in there, I thought, how on earth did we get to this point? There was old oil bottles that were still there. They were empty, of course, but they were still in there that needed to be thrown out. And just by attempting a small part of our garage, we felt like we achieved so much, and we felt so much lighter, so much freer just by having a small section of our garage done. And that's why it's important that we declutter, because we are decluttering our minds as well. So when we're decluttering, physically and emotionally, we're decluttering. We don't realise that an emotion is attached to everything, every material thing that we own. There is an emotion attached. And when we no longer need it, we need to throw it out. We need to let it go. So it's very, very important that we do this, because it does free you up. It frees you up for new emotions, a new life as well. Now let's go through a few piles that you can create while you're trying to declutter your room or your space. So there are 4 different piles that I create. I create one for rubbish, I create one for donating, I create one to keep, and one to sell. Now let's go through them. The rubbish pile, oh gosh. Those oil cans that we had in the garage, we really needed to let go. And so that was in the rubbish pile. Any broken toys, anything that you're never going to use because it is broken. Empty. You're not going to use it. Get rid of it. Go. Send it out of the house. Send it out of the garage. So that is in your rubbish pile. Things that you don't need, they're actually rubbish. Okay, get rid of them. No longer needed. Then you create another pile for donating. Now in that pile, add things to it that you would like to give away. They still have to be in good condition, because you don't want to be giving anything that's broken or no good anymore. So we could give things to donate because it does some good. They can raise money for different charities as well by donating. So give your old clothes. They can actually be donated. Do not give your own underwear. They don't want to know about your underwear, so don't give that. But give other things as well. So say for instance the toys, anything that is still workable, they can reuse and resell, give that away, and you'll feel so much better as well, because you've done some good while you're doing that. There's that other pile to keep. Now this to keep pile, you need to split that up into a few different sections as well. You'll want to keep valuable items. They might be family heirlooms that you may have. So I put that in the to keep pile. I wouldn't be throwing those out. The other thing in the to keep pile is, what about documents? Now I know sometimes we just want to go in there and get rid of everything, but we can't. We have tax returns that we have to do, and we have to keep that information for a few years. And now you may keep everything on the computer, on a USB, up in the cloud as a storage, but you may have still had before that time papers that have been kept for your tax returns to back up the information. So in Australia we can keep them for 5 years. So we keep those for 5 years, and then anything prior, get rid of it. We don't need the 20-year-old tax return sitting there unless you're going to look at it each time. I wouldn't be keeping it, so get rid of that information. It's no longer needed. It's already been done and dusted. So split that up. Those documents, even old bills, old utility bills, they're not needed anymore. Get rid of the paper. Get rid of all those documents that you no longer need. But please do not get rid of important documents such as loan documents, again the tax return. You might have information that must be kept. Please keep that in your to keep pile, not in the rubbish pile to throw out. So in the to keep pile. So with those documents as well, what you can do afterwards is scan them and put them up on the computer. So then you can at least go back to them and you can find things easier because you can rename them and you can actually look at them. You might have them in years. So it depends on the dates, the date system that you have. You'll be able to find and locate those much quicker than looking in a box for them. So, but do put them in a pile, please, and keep them. The other thing also is you want to keep your photos, old photos, because not all of them have been scanned and on your computer. They may not be on your USB. They may not be on Facebook or Instagram because they're before that time. There could even be old family photos that you have. Keep those, please. Don't get rid of them. But also maybe scan them at a later date if you have time. So then you have all your memories all in one place and put them either on a hard drive, as I say, in the cloud, wherever you need to. But that's really important. So the other pile is to sell. Now, while you're digging around, putting things away, you might come across items that you're not sure on their value. So yes, you may like to donate, but you're not sure. You might think, no, you know what, this one I'd like to keep and maybe get that valued by a proper valuer and see if that family heirloom or that beautiful vase that you have is worth something. If it is, you probably want to keep it and display it, not stick it in the garage and not look at it anymore. Have a look at all those items that you have and just check. And then you can sell them. So there's a few different ways of selling. You can put them on Facebook Marketplace, there's eBay. There's a few different means that you can use. And at least you'll be gaining some money from unwanted items that no longer serve you. You're getting rid of your clutter and you're creating some money as well. So by selling things, that's a great way of making some money. So I would be doing that as well. I would be selling those items. We found an old typewriter in the garage and I thought, oh, how much is that one worth? And we were quite surprised because it was an antique. So we could sell that. So have a look. Don't throw everything out. I mean, we've kept it for this long. I thought, you know, it might be of some use to somebody else. You never know. But then another time when we were cleaning up the place, we had one of those stand-up organs that had been around for many years and we tried to sell it, but I think it was only worth $10, $20. In the end, we put it out the front and within 5 minutes of putting it out the front, we had a lovely couple that came up to us and just asked us if we were selling it or not, and we just said, no, we're giving it away. And they were just so happy because they loved music and it was work. It was in working condition. It was brand new. There was no point selling it for $10, $20. So we thought, let's just give it away. And I can't tell you how much joy that brought that family. So you never know. Someone's trash is someone's treasure. So just have a look and see what you would like to do with everything. Don't just throw it all out. Have a think about each item. But the rule is you don't want to spend half an hour looking at this thing and debating whether or not you keep it or not. Do not take that long with something, because if you do, you're never going to get through all the different things that you have. So it's important to, when you are decluttering, to make it quick, have a look at it. If you can't decide, especially documents, just put it aside and another day go through all your documents. You may find then you'll go through it quicker because you're in that frame of mind. But right now, you need to go through and just quickly go through each item. Don't make it take long. And also, it might be a great idea to start small. If you find it overwhelming to go into your garage or into your space, into the room, maybe it's a really good idea to start small. So start with a drawer. We all have those one drawers that are full of lots and lots of rubbish. That can be an hour or two adventure anyway. So start going through that drawer and completing it. Then from that drawer, you might decide to do another one, even on the same day, or you can even do one each night, and then you've done a whole chest of drawers. So always motivate yourself to do something, because that something can turn into something larger. And then you have created a new space for yourself. A new place where you can think and lifted emotionally all the pressures from having all that emotional baggage. You may decide to clean up a room. You can start by going into small sections. So maybe do the closet one day. Maybe then do the chest of drawers or the shelving. So split up that one room that you have to do. So then you will have achieved that whole room will be clean, and then you start something else. And notice once you have decluttered wherever you're trying to make space, you'll find if you do it regularly, it won't take you so long. So you may want to spend every 6 months or once a year going through the house doing your spring clean and getting rid of the mess. So I hope this has helped you to think about what you have in your home and what you can declutter. Like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you. Bye.